Hi, this is Mrs. Robertson, and today we are going to go over our study guide number 1. After we're done going over this, I will have a study guide number 2 for you to do to make sure you are ready to get a good grade on the test tomorrow. Let's go. In number 1, there are 2 answers. It says, which of the following is a solution of the inequality h plus 9 is less than or equal to 20? Which of these will make this true? Well, there are 2 of them. H and I. 11 plus 9 is 20, and 20 is less than or equal to 20. The other choice I said is 10. 10 plus 9 is 19, and 19 is less than or equal to 20. Any questions? Great. Let's go on to the next problem. Describe the solution in words, then graph it. A is greater than 5. You can just say numbers greater than 5. Now we have to graph it. Am I going to use an open or a closed circle? Open. Whenever there's not a line underneath it, this is going to be an open circle. Locate the 5. Put an open circle on the 5. A is greater. It's got the big end. The greater numbers live to the right. So you draw your arrow to the right. Any questions? Everyone do a nice job? Yeah. Great. Let's go on to the next one. B is less than or equal to negative 2. You could just write that down. All numbers, or just say numbers less than or equal to that's a negative 2. You could have just written negative 2. Okay? Always look carefully so you know if you're going to do positive, though that's not the word. So you know if they are going to be positive or negatives. He wasn't here yesterday. Now let's go on and graph this one. Just pay attention. I don't have extras for people that were here. I'm going to put a closed circle on the negative 2. This would be negative 1, negative 2. A closed circle on the negative 2. Then it's smaller. Less than or smaller goes to the left. Now let's go to the next one. We did this one together yesterday. Numbers greater than or equal to 4.5. Numbers, you could put all numbers. Numbers greater than or equal to 4.5. Now, am I going to use an open or a closed circle? Closed. Now, 4.5 is in between a 4 and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's right here in between. Make sure you have a closed circle so I can tell you get points for being open or closed. It's bigger or greater, and greater numbers are to the right. The next problem, numbers less than negative 1. Numbers less than negative 1. You just do negative 1 like that. Now, am I going to put an open or a closed circle on negative 1? Harjot, what am I going to put on negative 1? Is it an open or a closed circle? No, it's open. Because is there a bar with that one? No. So when there's not a bar, it's an open circle. So an open circle on negative 1, and the less than numbers live left. Okay? Any questions on that? All right. Let's go on now to the next problem. That's one I've written on. Which inequality is graphed below? Well, it's an open circle. So that means it can be this one or this one, because these have open circles and the ones with the bars have closed circles, right? So we've limited it now down to half the choices. The line's going left where the little numbers live. So which one? X has the little point here. X is less than 3. That's the correct choice. Any questions? Number 4, George has at least $150 in his savings account. Which inequality represents this situation? Okay, I'm going to put down M and 150. Does he have $150? Yes. That's the least. That's the smallest he can have right now. So M is equal to or larger. He has at least. So that's the smallest amount or bigger. Which inequality represents the situation? It is D. Now in number 5, it's a closed circle. It's either going to be F or H, because when you have a closed circle, that means you have that bar. You remember that now, don't you, Harjot? Yeah. So which one is it? It's going to the right. It's greater than. Is it F or H, class? Yeah, Emma, H. Very good. Then in this group, we just have to write down what it says, and it's going to match one of these 4 things. A number is less than 1. X is less than 1. Everyone can get that one right. A number is greater than 1. X is greater than 1. A number is at least 1. So it can equal 1. Now, if that's the least it can be, is it going to be bigger or smaller? A number is at least 1. That's the smallest it can be, so it can be 1 or bigger. X is greater than or equal to 1. See that? A number is no greater than 1. X and 1. Can it be 1? But it can't be any bigger than 1. That's the biggest it can be, so it gets the little point. Do you see how to write those down? Any questions? How many of you could get problems, all of these right on the test tomorrow, you think? You could do a good job? Good. We're going to practice it again on another worksheet. Now let's go to this one. And here, circle all the equations or inequalities that are true. Is 7 3/100 greater than 7 3/10? No, because if you filled that empty spot, 3/100 is less than 30/100. That is wrong. Does 1/2 equal 4/8? Yes, that is true. So you're going to circle that one. Is 5 less than 4/3 times 6? Well, over here, I'm going to take 4/3 times 6 up here. 4/3 times 6 over 1, and that equals 24 over 3. 24 over 3 simplifies to 8. Is 5 less than 8? It is. That's true, so circle it. 5 is less than 8. 14 minus 10 is 4. Is 4 greater than 22? No. 53 plus 15 will give you 68. 74 minus 11 will give you 63. Is 68 less than 63? No, it is not. Oh, is 82.9 greater than 80? Yeah. Yes, circle that one. It's true. Are 2/10 smaller than 2/9? Yeah. Yes, 2/10 are smaller. Is -8 greater than -1? No. Good job, kids. Any questions? All right, let's look at the next one. Chase, would you close the door, please? It's some noise in the hallway. Number 11, the temperature for the beach to be open are a maximum of 110 and a minimum of 50 degrees. Define a variable. You can say temperatures or degrees. What did you use? Temperature. I'm going to use a T. You don't have to use a T but T equals temperatures. You could have said T equals degrees or X. It didn't matter which variable. Represent the statement with inequalities. Inequalities look like this. They have those symbols. You all are getting familiar to know what inequality signs are. All right, so we have two of them. We have T comparing it to 110, and we have T comparing it to 50. Now let's figure out what inequality symbol goes in between. The temperatures for the beach to be open are a maximum of 110. Can T be 110 and the beach still be open? Yeah. Can it be hotter or colder than 110? Colder. Over 110, the beach is closed. All of a sudden, bacteria starts growing on the beach and they can't have people there for some strange reason. Then, also, in order to have people work, it has to be a minimum of 50 degrees. Can it be 50 degrees for the beach to be open? Yeah, that's the minimum. So it can be 50 degrees or warmer, okay? The temperatures have to be warmer than 50 degrees and 50 degrees or warmer, 110 degrees or cooler. Now we're going to graph it. Earlier today, I had a student do the test. They had everything right, but they graphed it right, but they had their inequality signs wrong. Always pay attention. So a closed circle on 110, a closed circle on 50, and all the temperatures in between. Describe how your graph represents the situation. The temperatures at the beach can be 50 to 110 degrees, including 50 and 110. Okay? Something like that. So the temperatures on the beach are in order for it to be open. The temperatures on the beach are 110 to 50 degrees to be open. That's what the graph represents, okay? And you can say it includes 50 and 110 degrees. It doesn't say how much you have to do to describe it. You have to describe that graph. The graph says temperatures on the beach are 110 to 50 degrees to be open. Or you could say 50 to 110 degrees. Now, absolute value. The absolute value, let's say the absolute value of 3 is 3, right? And the absolute value of -3 is 3, right? Absolute value usually deals with a distance. Okay, at least for this test, that's what we're going to be using it for. So, the absolute value of -22 is 22. Does 22 equal 22? True or false? So you put a T. The absolute value of -43 is 43. Is 43 greater than -42? True. 56 and 40. Is 56 less than 40? False. No, it is not. Is 32 less than 53? True. Any questions on that? Okay, the next thing. I really want you to pay attention to this because it's really easy on the test, but some of the kids got confused by the word location. A diver dove 24 feet below sea level. Write an integer to represent the diver's location. If you are below sea level, what do you think your location is? -24. And that's all you write. Everybody get that? Did everybody put down a -24 for your location? If you don't, put it down. Now, in this one, they want a distance. Write an integer to represent how far the diver is from the surface. Now, distances are positive numbers. A distance has to be positive. Okay? So what's the distance from the surface? 24 feet. Nope. This is a distance, and I just said distances can't be negative. Yeah.
So for mine, I wrote negative 24, but I did the absolute value.
Okay.
Still be correct?
Yes. If you wrote this down, this would be correct because that equals this. This could be correct and this could be correct. Nice job. Now explain why you wrote different integers in problems 13a and 13b. Well, in 13a, it's a location. 13a is a location. You can have negative numbers for a location, right? 13b is a distance. And distances distances have to be positive. 13b is a distance. Distance is positive. Okay, they can't be negative. Any questions on that? Think you're ready for the test tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to study tonight.